everybody, it's Claire here from Sewn by Claire, and today I've got a different video for you. It's one of those chatty ones that I hope you're going to enjoy, and it's quite picture rich as well, and a little bit of video as well. So I know that a few of you have been a little bit frustrated that I've not been releasing more videos on the doll making just recently, but as I tried to explain, I've had quite a few things happening in real life. And whilst they've all been really exciting and given me a little bit of a rest actually from filming and recording, then I do know that that can be frustrating when you're here just for the teaching tutorials and the videos of how to make the dolls and their clothes, or maybe the dressmaking. But I just thought that you might indulge me today in sharing one of the projects that I was working on, because it was a little bit sort of under the radar, I suppose, a little bit. Not because of you guys couldn't know about it, but I just wanted to save it up into one video, and then I can pop it together for you. And that is that I've been working on a project for the local church. Now, I was brought up as Catholic, but I am lapsed, so I'm kind of non-religious now, I suppose, really. But when the sewing teacher at my classes in Benavides, which is our local town, asked me if I would like to help her with a project, then generally I just say yes, and I don't know what the project is going to be until I'm actually sort of given the details. But on this one, it turned out to be making a new outfit for the Virgin Mary, a statue who stands in the church. So it was a really exciting project actually, and then I've just been up today to see the statue in situ in the church, as it was the first Holy Communion for some of the little girls in the village. And so yes, I've got a few little videos for that to show you. So it's difficult to know which bit I'm going to voice over as I'm recording and which bits I'm then just going to show you. So I'll probably do a little bit of a chatty bit now about how I did it, and then I'll do some pictures with some subtitles in for you, so that you'll be able to see those and see what happened. So the first thing that I had to work on was a bodice piece, a front bodice piece that then ties on with ribbons, 2 sleeves and a skirt, quite a full skirt. That was the first part of the outfit, and that's all I thought I was making. And then later on, MariTere asked me, she's the teacher, and I'll pop a picture of her up here for you so you can have a look, because I made her the cushion recently with the big blue felt flower on it. She was the recipient of that. Then she then spoke to me again, and this time we were making a mantle, which is the big cape that goes down, and it's really quite huge. I've got some pictures of it that I can show you, and that was in a beautiful turquoise and shot with like a gold thread as well, which was really interesting fabric to work with and very luxurious. And then we had to hand sew some lace around the outside of that. So it's really interesting to be involved in this for the local community, because you know, I moved here now 5 years ago, full time, not knowing any Spanish really at all. I'd learnt a bit in the car going to and from work when I was working before on some audio CDs. But it's quite difficult to learn Spanish over here in actual fact, because a lot of the people over here do speak English and also want to speak English. So you can start off in your best Spanish and they'll answer you in English and then expect you to carry on in English. So I do try to carry on in Spanish where I know the words, and we are going to lessons again to try and pick it up, because it's really important for me to learn it. And it's always been one of my ambitions to speak a foreign language fluently, so whether I'll get to fluency or not, I don't know, but I am trying. So yo intento. I am trying. It's just yeah, to be involved in something like that, and then to go into the church today and to see the statue there actually brought a tear to my eye. I just felt so proud, and Rob came with me, and I know he felt really proud of the work that we'd done too. So there was 3 of us involved in the project, which was MariTere, who's the teacher. She's fabulous, just so giving and just so patient and gentle. It's interesting because whilst we work with patterns that are pre-made, and then we adjust those patterns to fit ourselves, you know, the alterations that we make, forward shoulder, back shoulder, full bust, small bust, sway back, all of those kind of things, then she tends to work with an industry standard template which has dots in it, and you match the dots for the sizes. and then you then make up your pattern in that fabric. She's a very talented pattern maker and knows how to adjust the patterns. But then when we're actually doing the sewing together, then there's just a love of fabric and a love of stitching and what have you, and that just brings us together, because she speaks very little English and I don't speak that much Spanish, although I'm trying, and so together we manage, just through our love of stitching and fabrics, to communicate. And there's other people there in the class who sometimes can communicate for us, or to do a translation for us, or we use our phones. So that's how we get by. So with very little English, we actually manage to work together quite well, actually, and that makes it really, really good fun. So I'll pop some pictures up anyway for you to have a little look at just now, so you can see what I'm kind of talking about, because at this moment in time, of course, you've got no idea what I'm talking about, and then I'll come back to you and we'll have a little chat through.
Ya hizo buena cobertura. Todavía no cae bien. Yo tengo que aprovechar que viajamos todavía. Muy bien. Yo ella también da amiga de Vietnam. De casarse, mi marido. Pero igual, pero mi madre y mi padre.
Okay, so now you know what I'm talking about in terms of the bodice and the sleeves and the skirt. MariTere made the belt, the cinturón that's called in Spanish, made the belt, and then Isobel, who's another of the ladies who go to the class, she made the outfit for the baby Jesus, and that she made all of that in the same fabrics as well, so that was really sweet. And yeah, we started off just really, MariTere did all the pattern cutting and she did all the liaising with the church. We didn't have any visits to the church, but then I suppose I did the actual labour itself, and once it was cut out, then it was handed to me and I did the stitching for that. So I stitched all of the bodice and the sleeves and the skirt, and then I stitched all of the mantle as well, in that beautiful turquoise and gold fabric, and hand sewed on the many metres of the gold lace that there was, that went all the way around the edge of that, all the way down, and then all the way around the back as well. And it's really full as well. It's big cape really. There's a little hole in the top here because her crown sticks goes onto a spike on top of her head in the statue, and the mantle is secured in that way. But also, whereas today it wasn't really about the I just don't want to be having too much cleavage on display, sorry. Whereas the quite often the statues are put onto a big wooden platform, really heavy, and then the members of the church carry those on their shoulders. Big platform. It probably takes 20 or 30 people to carry these platforms. They're absolutely huge, especially around Easter week. You see those around a lot. And I thought today that's what was going to happen, but it wasn't. So we've got some pictures in the church, and I've done a quick zoom around of the church for those who like to have a look at churches around and about, and that's something to do. And whilst I don't feel particularly religious to God, then I'm respectful of that it's somebody else's religion and somebody else's beliefs, and it was still a great honour to be involved in making this for the church, and one that I won't forget. Yeah, and knowing that she's going to be there looking out over everybody for probably for many years to come, then is a really nice thought actually, that she's going to bring in her finery, going to look dressed for the occasion and look out after everybody, and that's going to be okay. I've got a bit of wild hair going on, haven't I? Sorry about that. So yeah, it's just one of those things that you sometimes come along in your lifetime and you can't really say no to, and you get involved with and swept up into, and end up really enjoying it. And it is a lot of work, but you know, I've got the time when I'm not doing the videos, but it does explain why I wasn't as available for doing the videos. So I hope you'll forgive me, but it's just one of those opportunities that you just can't miss, and you've got to be involved in really. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wouldn't have dreamt of missing it either. So yeah, I'll carry on with some of the videos for you, put in some of the pictures. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you're working on some wonderful projects at home yourselves as well, and that everything is great with you. And if it's not, remember, this too shall pass, You know, life is a series of ups and downs, and we take them as we can, and if we didn't have the lows, we wouldn't enjoy the highs so much. So that's what we have to remember. But yeah, so I hope everything is good with everybody who's watching these videos, wherever in the world you are. I hope that if there's any community projects nearby for you, you're able to get involved in those through your love of sewing. And if you do go to a new country, or you do move to a new area, then you know, our love of stitching will unite people from all over, regardless of whether you can actually speak to each other fluently or not. And I hope that that really does help you bond with other people and over a love of, and if there isn't a stitching group in your area, why not start one? I've started one in San Pedro, in our local town here, and I go to the local classes, and you know, it's a great way to meet other people, and from that friendships can form, and it's a very enjoyable way. I mean, I just meet once a month with the people in the San Pedro group, but there's 2 or 3 people there now who I'd say were lapsed knitters or stitchers, and who've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed picking up that skill again, and that craft again, and absolutely loving it. They're you know, I've got calves coming out of ears now. They're just making so many things, and really feeling very proud of what they're making too. So yeah, it's a very uniting activity, I think, stitching is, and it can be really inclusive. So if you're feeling a little bit alone, then reach out either through your friends network or Facebook or whatever, and just see who might be interested in starting a group with you, because it doesn't need to be a lot of work. It doesn't have to be very fancy. You just either need somebody's house or garden, or you need a little local community hall, which are obviously often very little money to rent, and you can start that perhaps. Anyway, I've digressed. How did I digress onto all of this? Anyway, forgive me. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed. I'll do a roundup in a second, because I'll do some more videos here first, and then I'll just pop back. Okay, so that's it from me then. I'm off to have a look and see where I am. I'm behind on my to-do list, so I'll get on with that now and try and get some more videos uploaded for you. But for today, I hope you've really enjoyed this little chatty video, and having a look and seeing what I've been making, and whether you're religious or not, then I hope you've enjoyed looking at the outfit that I've made for the statue, and that yeah, you feel as proud as I do, because I feel really proud. So have a great day, everybody, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care. Happy stitching. Bye.